Hello, everyone. This is Mike from Two Hands and One Dial Radio Show. Tonight we have three radios. These radios are from the 70s. I have right here is the Panasonic RF1150. This is the Realistic DX66. And this is the kind of a rare radio. This is the Panasonic RF822. And for frequency checks, I have the C Crane Skywave. All right, the first station I'm going to have on tonight will be, I believe I have it set for New York, which is the WFAN, the Fan, New York, New York, 966 miles away. And let's see what these radios can do. Let's do a frequency check. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. We'll focus on, actually I'll bring it right up front here for now. We'll focus on the Panasonic RF 1150, so it's on. Let's get some volume.
Slither, once again, another really dominant performance against the White Sox. I think that is a reason to be excited. Because I think now you know,
okay, the Fan obviously is a sports network show or station.
We don't know really how Luis Gil, as he continues to kind of work through his return from the injury, what he's going to be by the time he gets to postseason.
And what I like about this, and it has a gyro antenna. I'll show you how when you're positioned at the frequency will change.
Rotation 888 808 1019. We've also been talking.
See how we lose? All right, I'm gonna push that here. See how we lose it right now? Right now we're north and south. New York is to the east of me, which is to the right. So when I position the ferry rod left and right, it'll be pointing the direction I want it to. So you'll see here.
I counted about six errors, at least, maybe more, that probably would have been caught if somebody like Peter.
And that's how nice this thing is. Oh, yeah.
Also, got the third most RBIs on the Yanks.
All right, now I'll move this to the side. And we're going to get the Realistic DX66. This one was, shut that off. This one was a 1976, I believe, or 78. And made up to the early 80s. Okay, let's see what this one says.
So clearly, those were not, I don't think any of them you would say were good.
Now, I'll be honest, this DX66 really pulls in stations on shortwave and the airband. And even the AM, it really is a great radio.
Someone made a play or two. At the end of the day.
All right. And this radio here, this is the Panasonic RF822. This one's a surprise one. Kind of just, it's a rare radio. You don't see a lot of them. There's not a lot of videos on them. This one is actually one of my best AM performers, and you'll see that right now.
For most of his career, a guy who's one of the better first basemen. I know he's a little older, but he's been one of the better defensive first basemen in all of baseball. I know Rice is not a real first baseman, but I feel like that's a little bit of a...
All right, well, it's not pulling in New York.
Again, I think you can
as
point
well
to
as
the numbers, the power numbers are there for sure. But again, how do you have those offensive numbers and you're still on base percentage 270 and it's 400 and your OPS is 670? I mean, there are two. Like we can point to these numbers that maybe suggest he's doing.
I guess it doesn't sound bad, but again, I'll run it next to the other Panasonic.
How many guys are also
turn it on?
Jazz made it out of the lineup. Span didn't start the season. I mean, you know, obviously Judge has more home runs and RBIs than him, but Judge has been in and out of the line. So Volpe has just been healthy. He's been around. So somebody's got to make those RBIs. Somebody's got to make those plays. So Sal.
All right, and let's hear the Realistic one last time here.
I don't think you get credit for simply just being around to make some of these plays. You know,
I don't know. Between me and you, I think the Realistic is pulling in the best.
Movies and, you know,
kind of put them all on the same time.
It's a movie about, you know, a high school basketball team that he takes over that has struggled both on the court and in the classroom, and he comes in and he lays down the line and says, you know, listen, these are the new rules now. This is how the team's gonna go. And then two guys walk out of the gym. They're like, we're not doing, you know, extra homework. What? Wear a tie? I'm not doing that. So they just leave. And, you know, one of the players are Coach Carter's.
I don't know. I think maybe Maybe the
Carter
Panasonic
says it was played by
1150
Samuel
pulls
Jackson.
in.
Well, I guess it'll be 2 news.
It's a little noisy, but anyways, I don't want to spend all time on this. I'm going to pause it quick, get these all lined up on another station, and let's see what they have.
Another station on 9 First Warning meteorologist Cameron Harden on News Radio 700 WLW.
Your 1 o'clock news is a service of Progressive Insurance.
All right, guys, there was your station ID. This is WLW out of Cincinnati, Ohio, about 500 miles away. Let's hear it first
Over 5% of all homes
on
for
the
sale in
Panasonic
state. That's
RF
double the national
1150. I
rate
won't
experts
say the
say
names
Midwest
anymore.
families
You'll
are feeling the pinch of rising costs and economic pressures, putting more homeowners at risk. Mark Bramble is locked up after being shot during a standoff with Coleraine Township Police. Officers say they were called to a domestic trouble Friday night when Bramble drove off, leading them to Common Circle near the former Northgate Mall. Police say he then pointed a firearm at an officer. Now, Bramble was...
Okay, now that Panasonic RF 1150 can really pull in some far stations, and it pulls in so much that it is kind of a noisy radio. I wish it had a gain control. That would really help it out, but I guess it doesn't, so that's what we're dealing with. So this is the Realistic DX66 again, and let's see what the 66 has to say.
A large emergency response. The driver remained on site and is cooperating with police. This is going to be the first year in 40...
Again, this is Cincinnati, Ohio, 500 miles away. WLW.
Riverfest in 1977 to celebrate WEBN's 10th birthday. Didn't take long for the show to become a Cincinnati tradition. His legacy will be remembered Sunday night.
Well, this is
Here we go.
Bellwood's baby. He just passed away a couple of weeks ago.
See?
There'll be a tribute to him coming up. I can't tell you about the show, but I can tell you it'll be special.
John Bears, President, CEO of Western and Southern, sponsoring the fireworks show once again this year. Western and Southern picked up the title sponsorship
Here we go.
in 2015. Make sure the event continues. Bears says just wait to see what they have planned.
It's hard
for
to
next
see this
year.
dial. I
And fireworks
apologize.
1050. I'm Brian Tobes, News Radio 700 WLW.
500,000 people are expected downtown to see the show on Sunday night. The fireworks begin at 9, followed by a drone show above Great American Ballpark. Speaking of Great American Ballpark, the Reds have hit a rough patch. They fell 4-2.
Well, as you can hear, this is Cincinnati, Ohio.
After being 7 games over earlier this month. Overall, Cincinnati has dropped 8 of its last 9 and is searching for a turnaround as September begins. They'll get another shot Sunday afternoon when the series wraps up with a 12.
The Realistic is sounding nice.
On the big one. Next update at the bottom of the hour. Breaking news anytime. I'm Travis Laird, News Radio 700 WLW.
Former Bengal Pro Football Hall of Famer Anthony Munoz. Did you know that 95% of the Anthony Munoz
Foundation's funding goes directly towards our impact programs? That's
I don't
because
know.
we are committed to nurturing.
I'm going to show them one at a time. I really think that this Panasonic brings it in nice and clear.
Cultural and economic backgrounds. Together we can continue to make an impact for eternity. Visit MunozFoundation.org or call 513-772-4900 to learn more, get involved, and give back.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a...
All right, well, maybe not as strong as I thought. Here's the Realistic one last time.
At just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers.
I really think that has a nice sound to it.
Don't let someone else take the hit. .ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS. It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Erica Taylor, Chief Marketing Officer.
All right, I'm going to pause it, find another distance station that comes in pretty strong, and let's see which one performs the best. I'll try to look for something a little bit more distant and hard to pick up, and let's see. All right, the next station, I guess I lied to you. It's not going to be a real distance station, but this one's coming in really nice, and I thought it was a good station for you guys to hear the sound of these radios. This is WJR 760 out of Detroit, Michigan. It's just a couple hundred miles away, but it's coming in pretty nice and strong, and I'd like for you guys to hear what it sounds like. Here's the Panasonic. I'll get this positioned in front. Oh, help if I turn it on. Here you go.
You said it when I first started working with you, and you said it in a way that I think is one of the best ways to put it. You said, if the premise is wrong.
Well, it's a couple hundred miles away, which isn't that far for AM, but it sounds like it's next door. Here's the realistic.
Is wrong. Yeah. And that's what we have seen here. Of course, Republican.
And the 822.
In D.C., the Democrats are attempting to portray a false narrative about what, and I'll be...
Okay. Well, they all have pretty good sound, and they all work pretty good, and just here's a frequency check, 760.
Or conservative. Christians, Republicans, conservatives.
As you can see, that's a conservative radio show. All right, for the last channel, I think I'm going to try to pull something pretty far. So I'm going to pause it, tune these radios up, and let's see what happens. All right, folks, I found another station. I'm trying to look for stations that are either east or west of us, so I can keep this lazy Susan here facing us. This is 880, and I believe this is a New York station. I got to look at my paper here. Yes, this is WCBS out of New York, New York, 966 miles away. It's coming in pretty strong tonight, so I did pick it, even though I told you I'd pick a... Well, it's a far station. It's just coming in strong. It's probably a 50,000 watt station or so, but let's see what it has. We're going to start off with the RF 1150. Power it on.
When that happened, I felt like he started really playing.
And do a frequency check, 880.
The type of player that he's going to become here.
Okay, we'll turn that down. Let's hear this.
That's the life of a competitor. But I think there's a lot to hold on to of what the future is going to look like for Arch Manning here. So we're excited about that.
There's the bass. There's the bass all the way down.
Yeah, ultimately not good enough. Obviously, you don't want to start off the season 0-1.
Put some bass up, treble down.
I got to play better for us to win.
You can hear the bass.
Can't wait till the second half to kind of get things going.
All right, how about another top 10 matchup on Saturday? Number 4, Clemson, hosting number 9, LSU.
Okay, it pulls it in nice, and I will say the sound quality of the RF 1150 is just, it's phenomenal. It sounds great on shortwave. It's nice, warm sound with that bass. Okay, here is the DX66. Again, this is coming out of New York, and it is, sorry, I got to reference this here. It is WCBS out of New York, New York, and that is 966 miles away. So let's hear it.
One to the left, looking to throw left, and they throw to Trey'Dez Green. He's got the catch. Touchdown, LSU. Trey'Dez Green muscles away the football, and
Make sure I got the right.
has their first lead of the night.
Oh, yeah.
LSU begins to celebrate. Here is Frank Howard.
So it's just news. Let's hear what the 822 has to say. This one here is pretty loud too, and I don't know, man. I really like this radio. It's one of my favorites. Just as
Tigers win. LSU defeats Clemson 17-10 on the road to start the season.
Again, that was LSU's first season opening win since 2019, believe it or not. The first for Brian Kelly as well for leading LSU. Let's hear from Brian Kelly. He joined Molly McGrath after the game.
Coach, you're...
All right, well, I think I have time for one more, and I'll try to pick a real good one on this one. So I'll pause this, and I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. This station is 990. 990 is CBW out of Winnipeg, Canada, 731 miles away. Okay, so let's hear what it sounds like on the Panasonic.
Helsinki in late June, Finland's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Alina Valtonen, points to where Canada and Finland are already on the same page.
There's a lot we can do together. Of course, we are very like-minded countries and look eye to eye on so many issues. In business, of course, there's a lot we can do in trade, and especially in defense material. I think it's extremely valuable that Canada has also announced very significant investments and also an interest to further develop the defense industry together with allies, and that is definitely something we are looking forward to very much.
What does Finland know better than anyone else about the next door neighbor and the potential threats on the other side of that border?
We know that Russia has...
All right, again, I just wanted to quickly check to make sure what I was getting in here. And this is CBW out of Winnipeg, Canada, 731 miles away. All right, let's see what the DX66 has to say.
Time before, that was in 1940, so that was before the UN Charter was invented. So before anyone suggests that
it's really coming in good. You can hear on both of these radios another station trying to bleed in here.
Just gives up some territory. Well, no, because this would have global implications. The UN Charter.
All right, and let's hear the 822. Get this baby in here. Now, I really like this radio, guys. I'm biased. This one here is waterproof, up to 3 feet underwater. I haven't tested it out yet, and I'm not going to. But it is, I like the design. It really does feel like a rugged radio. I suggest if you guys like AM DXing, really get one of these. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. Make sure it has the strap and make sure the antenna is intact and the battery compartment. I have a review on this. You can look at it. But the battery compartment is sealed, but make sure that you see pictures of it and that at the inside, the batteries were never left inside there because it is a pain to undo the screws in the back to get them out. All right, here we go.
I think we owe it to our children and that we step up now significantly in order to be able to protect the free world. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte.
I'm trying to get that station a little better, but...
He warned that Russia could launch an attack against NATO within 5 years. Is that realistic? What could that look like? I think Secretary General just wanted to make sure that each and every...
All right, well, we'll hear him one more time, and then we're going to call her quits. This video's running pretty long.
And he certainly succeeded because we had a very...
And you got to remember, these are Canada stations. I'm located in central Wisconsin.
And also are now more and more focusing on a functioning defense market. Not just...
Well, we're pretty close to 20 minutes now, and if you're still listening, I'm just going to ramble for a second. Of all these radios that I have here, my favorite one really is this. This one is the most enjoyable to tune. This gyro antenna up top is really kind of cool to play with. You know, it just adds a little something to the radio that the others just don't have. The other thing I really like about this, I like the tuning on the side. Even though there's no real fine tuning per se, there is a fine tuning button, but that's more for the BFO fine tuning. Really good radio. If you can get one of these, I'd recommend it. Just if you want a fun radio to play with. This realistic DX66.
For themselves.
Now this radio here, I absolutely would recommend. If it's in good, decent working condition, which a lot of these are, they're tough radios. You can usually pick them up pretty cheap, between 20 to 50 bucks. And they're just really solid performers on the shortwave, FM, AM, and also the airband. If you have any airplanes flying around, you will catch them with this radio. This is my best performer for airband by far. Way better than even the Sea Crane Skywave, which has airband and is okay, but this is just so much better. And the last radio. This one, for whatever reason, is my favorite of all the radios. Not as much as my Zenith, but it is one of my favorites. This here radio just, it's easy to take around with you. I like to take it out in the backyard when I'm listening to AM in the morning. And it's just a fun radio to dial in. I like the dial on it. I know it's hard to see because of the glare, but it's got a kind of fun dial, cool dial to see. And the Sea Crane Skywave, this one here, not the best AM performer or FM or even shortwave, but where I think this radio excels at is the portability and also on the SSB. You want to pick up some single sideband stations, ham radio, amateur radio, single sideband reception is great with this radio. You can really dial in the voices and get them clear. Well, anyways, this video's run probably as long as I've had any video run. And I just want to thank you guys for listening and watching. If you're stayed this long, please like and subscribe. That's how we're going to get this channel to grow. And, well, I hope to all see you on the next video. Stay safe and 73s.